Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with my daily theology lesson. It's my daily meditation that I do for myself. I record it and I release it because maybe somebody else out there can get something out of it. It just so happens that I love God and I love theology, and I want to become a better principled person. Choose God this day. The bad guys, they sin. The good guys, we sin. We all sin. It's whom you serve. You don't have to be perfect. No one is. That doesn't mean you don't have to suffer your consequences, good or bad. None of us get away from that. You might have issues you deal with for the rest of your life, but if you come over to God's team with it, He can help you get through it, and love yourself. Because if you love yourself, if no one else loves you, you'll be okay. And never give up on yourself. Never. If you lost everything you have, if you have yourself, you have everything. You can always rebuild, For those of you just tuning in, I focus out of three major religious texts: the Bible, the Quran, and I'm in an introductory Buddhist text called The Shape of Suffering. And it deals with dependent co-arising. Without no this, there's no that. And everything we say and do has an effect on our senses. I try to rotate the text at least twice a week, sometimes more, sometimes less, depending on how I'm led to meditate each day. We're back in the rotation for The Shape of Suffering, and I only read a little bit out of it. So if you just come and jumping in, just hang in there. There might be some parts you get and some parts you might not get, because I'm learning too, and it's a very confusing discipline. And I'm just at the beginning of it. I still have another introductory book after this one, and I'm going through this one like a turtle. But for me, it's about the exercise of following through and doing something toward trying to get better understanding. Even if it's just a little at a time, it's more than I had the day before, and that's how I look at it, Just as when seeds are not broken, not rotten, not damaged by wind and heat, capable of sprouting, well buried, planted in well-prepared soil, and a man would burn them with fire, and burning them with fire would make them into fine ashes. Having made them into fine ashes, he would winnow them before a high wind or wash them away in a swift-flowing stream. Those seeds would thus be destroyed at the root, made like a, palmer stump, deprived of the conditions of development and destined for future arisings. Forgive me if I don't say the names correctly or the words correctly. Forgive me for that. In the same way, any action performed with non-greed, born of non-greed, caused by non-greed, originating from non-greed, when greed is gone, that action is thus abandoned, its root destroyed, made like a palmera stump, deprived of the conditions of development, not destined for future arising. Any action performed with non-aversion, any action performed with non-delusion, born of non-delusion, caused by non-delusion, originating from non-delusion, when delusion is gone, that action thus abandoned, its roots destroyed, made like a palmer stump, deprived of the conditions of development, not destined for future arising. I'm going to stop it right there. And I'm dealing with that right now, I'm dealing with, illusions, trying to see what's illusion and what's delusion. Because there's a lot of things, there's a lot of illusions being thrown, by people. And, so I'm dealing with that right now. It's sifting through. Because, sometimes the only way to find out what's true and what's not true is allowing time to pass. Allowing to step back and asking for understanding and insight. And God will give it to you.